Welcome back, guys, to Phoenix Wright, Justice for All, where Eeny Meeny is about to have a little bit of Magatama action on her once we present ourselves a little bit of extra information. So as we use the Magatama again, we've got ourselves a little bit of testimony that says, more to the point, a newspaper clipping, that links her to the past crime. Crime? Would you call it that at the moment? I don't know, but it's what the trial's going to center around, isn't it? Eeny Meeny, I believe you do know who Dr. Gray is. I told you, how many times do I, have to repeat myself? If you're, so totally sure, then where's, your proof? While it may be possible that you never actually met Dr. Gray in person, I do believe you might have at least indirectly known of him. What do you mean, indirectly? I should try to show that the possibility existed, for now. So something that shows a possible connection between Eeny and Dr. Gray. We're looking at the newspaper clipping number 2. Take a look at this newspaper clipping. What is it? A story about an accident? Please read the victim's name. Mimi Minnie? Minnie is a pretty rare last name, wouldn't you say? Miss Mimi Minnie wouldn't happen to be a relative of yours, would she? So you noticed? She was my older sister? I'm sorry about your loss. Your sister, was she a nurse? Perhaps at Dr. Gray's surgical clinic? Gray Surgical Clinic. I don't think I need to tell you that the clinic was run by the victim, Dr. Turner Gray. Which is how you knew of Dr. Gray. You knew him through your sister. And so we have a successful unlock and have regained the health that we lost in trying that first time. Well, let us learn about the victim for Eeny Meeny. Please, tell me all you know about Dr. Gray. My sister's name was Minnie Meeny? She was a nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic? That's what I thought. I heard that, Dr. Gray was really tough on people? A total slave driver? My sis was, always coming home totally wiped out because she was overworked? Wiped out? So is that why she fell asleep at the wheel? That guy, drove my sis so hard, so, that's why the accident happened? The one where 14 patients died from malpractice? Yeah, I think that was the doctor's fault too. My sis was pushed by, everyone's expectations and, her duties and stuff. And that pushed her to her death. Oh, I'm sorry. So, are we done? I've, already told my story to, everyone? Do you understand now, Mr. Nick? This is how a Psyche Lock works. Well, I don't plan to pry into people's hearts unless I absolutely need to. A lock this time was pretty easy, but you might meet people who aren't as willing to give in later on. If you don't have enough proof, be careful and know when to stop trying. Okay then, well, Meeny Minnie has disappeared. I didn't ever check this out before. Now where did this box come from? That would be why, because it's new. I'm sure this wasn't here last night. It looks like a box of storing clothes, but it's pretty big for just clothes. It's mostly empty, but a few photo pieces of channeling costumes sit at the bottom. Alright, so that seems to be an interesting thing. But of course, let's move on. Back across the winding way. Into the meditation room. Where Gumshoe waits with everything answered so far. I'm guessing the channeling room won't be that interesting either. Now I'll start with the upspeak. So let's head to Crane Village. And then back, maybe? To June 20th, Crane Village. Mr. Nick. What's wrong? I have never left Crane Village. Really? Wow, that's pretty amazing. You are going to meet with Mystic Maya, aren't you? Please tell her I said hi. Hey, wait! She ran off. Again. Well, I know Eni's secret now, but I still don't have any idea how I'm going to save Maya. I don't even know if I should go in there with a smile or a straight face. Well, it seems then that Maya is our destination according to the conversation. So with that said, June 20th, Detention Center Visitors Room. What is going on? What am I supposed to do? I'm almost out of time. Can I really do anything? Can I really save her? Sorry to keep you waiting. Who's keeping me waiting, Mr. Guard? Must be Maya. It's been a long time, hasn't it, Phoenix? Her voice. Mia! Even without me being here, it looks like you've learned to stand on your own. Mia. She's Maya's older sister, and my mentor. She was a top-notch defense lawyer, but a certain case forced her into retirement. But whenever I'm in trouble, she comes to help, just like this. Her spirit comes back from the other world and borrows Maya's body for a bit. Phoenix, you can't make that kind of face in front of your client. A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets, and especially when it's bad. Mia, you can't smile at the end if you haven't been smiling the whole way there. In any case, the face you're making now is no face to show a client, Phoenix. But... so tell me all about it. I'm going to guess that my sister is in a lot of trouble again. I told her everything about what had happened in the last 2 days. Mia closed her eyes, deep in thought, while she listened. I see. Mia, what am I supposed to do? It's pretty clear what a good lawyer does in this situation. And that is? Tell me, please! Believe in your convictions and fight for the complete acquittal of your client. Tell me more, Mia Fey. You think Maya's not guilty? How can you be so sure? Well, I should be sure as well. I know she is, and I'll give you a hint as to why. Yes? Mediums can't have dreams. They can't? From what you told me, it sounds like Maya was having a dream while channeling. Yeah, she said she dreamt that she had died and had been buried in the ground. That is impossible. You've heard it from her, I'm sure. When a medium channels, her own spirit disappears. Which means that it's impossible for her to dream during that time. Then, what does this mean? I think it's safe to bet that Maya was set up. A setup? It's up to you to blow the lid on this case tomorrow and show how she was set up. Right, tell me how. Evidence, please, Mia. How am I supposed to prove her innocence when I have nothing to go on? If you're looking for a clue, it's already in your hands. It is? Just as it sounds, Phoenix. You already hold the key. Really? Come on, show me the key to this case. The key, huh? Alright, I'll show it to her. The key I hold. Which has got to be the very obvious key of it all. Literally. Mia, have you seen this key before? Ah, the key. It's literally the key to understanding everything that's happened in this case. This key? Phoenix, listen. Right now that key is sitting in your hand. However, it shouldn't be. It contradicts the facts. What does she mean? I'm certain this key will be the piece of evidence that makes your case tomorrow. Okay. You already know everything you need to know. You know what the key to this case is. That is enough. But, how can I win tomorrow without knowing who the real murderer is? Who could have... people on the scene are the most suspicious. I didn't know it at the time. But this day was going to end with a turn for the surprising. What? Mia? What? What's wrong? That's right. Only I can see the Psyche Locks. Which means Mia must know something about the real murderer and is also keeping it under lock and key. For this to be something that she would hide under lock and key from even me. What in the world is going on? That's a question to find out after the to be continued screen appears. Save, continue, and let us head to what usually follows to be a trial. June 21st, 9:48 AM, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. What? Prosecutor Von Karma? You mean... No, I heard it's his successor this time. Successor? Manfred Von Karma was a really sinister man. He pulled all sorts of nasty tricks, all so he could win. He was a man obsessed with the word perfection. He had a perfect record for 40 long years. Who knows what sorts of dirty tricks he used to get each of those guilty verdicts. And now, his successor. I wonder what kind of person they will turn out to be. It's no good. Mr. Mayor! Pearly! You showed up! Thanks for coming all this way. I was really worried about you. Hey, where's your mother? Did you two come together? Mother is watching over the trainees. She said they have training for 2 days straight with no breaks. Huh? Then you came all by yourself? Yep, I snuck out of the manor and followed a map. Don't tell me you walked all the way here. Of course not. I ran. I can't... Oh my. If it takes 2 hours by train... Oh man! Pearly, what about the train? Huh? What's a train? I give up. It's time, isn't it? I'm really scared. What if Von Karma tries to do something to me? At least I know Mr. Edgeworth would be nicer to me than Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth? Who is that? He's Nick's rival. Well, he's also a friend.
Objection!
I still remember him as though I'd seen him only yesterday.
Objection!
Every trial was a scorchingly fierce battle until the very end.
Objection! Objection!
It was always back and forth with them. But when you're rivals for life... Mayor, please don't mention that name ever again. Huh? But why, Nick? I'm sorry, Mayor. I forgot you don't know. He's gone. And he's not coming back. What? Wait a second. What's that supposed to mean? Court will commence shortly. Please proceed into the courtroom. Let's go. Now's not the time to talk about that anyway. Nick? What's going on with Edgeworth? That's the more interesting part. Edgy! Maybe old bag finally got him. Court is now in session for the trial of Mia Fey. Are the prosecution and the defense prepared? And so we meet the erstwhile Von Karma. I presume. What is with this kid? Mr. Wright, are you prepared? Huh? Yes, Your Honor. Why does he always seem mad at me? Mr. Phoenix Wright. You must be a little shocked because I am a woman, correct? Hold on, so she's the famed successor to Prosecutor Von Karma? I am Franziska Von Karma, the prodigy. I see. I gave up a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge. Revenge? Is this about her father? Manfred von Karma? If it's something of a personal nature, I'm sure you can... Ow! I'm talking. If you interrupt again, my whip will do the speaking for me. Please speak with your mouth like a normal person. I beg of you. Yow! Make no mistake, I will defeat you. Prepare to go down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. It's a weird accent I gave her, isn't it? Prosecutor von Karma, your opening statement, please. Those of von Karma blood have only one fate, and that is perfection. The defendant Mia Fey will find no escape from her guilt on my watch. Very well. What is the defense's position? Your Honor, does the defense wish to enter a plea of not guilty? Yes. Foolish fool who foolishly dreams of foolish dreams. I'm getting Mario flashbacks here. 10 minutes. I give the defense 10 minutes before it changes its plea. That's right. I'll have you running for the justified self-defense plea in no time. That's a weirder accent still. Justified self-defense. A plea usually reserved for when a person unintentionally kills in defense of themselves. We could very easily make a solid case that it was self-defense, but... the defense stands by the plea of not guilty, Your Honor. Because to plead justified self-defense is to say you did kill someone. How foolish. If that's how you want to play it, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I shall now call the first witness. She's just as scary as her father. Like father, like daughter, I suppose. Witness, your name and occupation. Yes, sir. My name is Dick Gumshoe. I'm a detective at the local precinct. Always a witness. Always. Ah! Get to the point already. Explain to the court the details of this murder. Yes, sir. If everyone would please look at this map. The channeling chamber has no windows and the door was locked shut. At the time of the murder, only the victim and the defendant were in the room. What were they doing in there? They were channeling a spirit, sir. Channeling a spirit? It's quite the look of disbelief there, Your Honor. Anyway, a few minutes after the channeling started, gunshots were heard coming from inside the room, sir. A few of the witnesses broke the door down and rushed into the room. Ah, and that's when they found the victim was already dead, correct? I believe this is one of the most open and shut cases I've ever presided over. Please listen to both sides, Judge. The floor plans have been added to the court record. So, how was the victim killed? I was about to get to that. Stop wasting my time, then. The cause of death. A direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. The shot was fired from point-blank range. But before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest. The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. The murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing. Well, we know it probably wasn't a point-blank range considering the bullet holes we saw and considering the configuration of the room, but how do we go about proving this? So the victim was stabbed before being shot. This is the victim's autopsy report, sir. Sounds like Meekins at this point, the amount of sirs they're being said. The court accepts it into evidence, Mr. Wright. You may question the witness. About the cause of death. Well, I think, to be honest, even though we've got the first bit appearing on screen right now and the pressing can begin, we will continue this. And next episode, join me then for more Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, as we press and figure out about the gunshot. I think it's the only bit of evidence we have is that hole in the thing. It changes the direction of the bullet either from behind the screen or behind the victim. Now, that's the question. What happened? What happened? Let's find out next time. Bye-bye.